Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuramirah Atiqah. So these are my group members, which is Syed Aiman, Ariff, Nabil, Nurul Syafiqah, and Nur Syazliana. So today we are going to present the development of our mini project for Group 80. As you can see here, this is our network topology diagram, and this is our IP addressing table. For the device with no IP address, it is actually connected to the HTTP server. For blue network, it is assigned to VLAN 30, and for red network, it is assigned to VLAN 40, and lastly for orange network, it is assigned to VLAN 50. So now we are going to see the VLAN that have been configured on each switch. So for S0, we use the command show VLAN brief to display all the VLAN that have been configured. So you can see here that the blue, red, and orange VLAN have been configured on switch S0. And also on switch 1, you can see that all the VLAN also have been configured here. And also on S2, you can see that the blue, red, and orange VLAN also have been configured.
Requirement 3. Assigning switch port to VLAN. As we can see, FA010 in VLAN blue, FA03 to FA011 in VLAN red, and FA02 in VLAN range. We set FA01 as trunk port. To show the trunk port, we give command show int trunk. For switch 1, we assign FA02 and FA03 in a VLAN blue, and we set FA01, FA01, FA04, and FA05 as trunk port. For switch 2, we assign FA02 in red VLAN and FA03, FA04, FA05 in VLAN orange. We set FA01 as trunk port. Requirement 4. We give command show run. There are 3 subnet interfaces, which is FA0.30 for blue, FA0.40 for red, and FA0.50 for orange. For encapsulation, we give command encapsulation.1q with VLAN, which is encapsulation.1q30 for blue, encapsulation.1q40 for red, and encapsulation.1q50 for orange. For IP address, we use gateway for respective VLAN.
Requirement 5. Configure router with suitable routing protocol and access control list. So first, we configure routing protocol using the router rig version 2 at branch. This one for branch 1 and for branch 2, and also for HQ here. And a router can communicate with each other. Branch 1 to HQ, successful. HQ to branch 2, successful. And also branch 1 to branch 2. Okay, so all hosts in red network and blue network are able to communicate with each other and orange server. So here, M2 can communicate with M3, successful. Blue to blue, B1 to B2, successful. Here, purple network can communicate with each other, successful. And they can communicate with orange server. As we can see here, successful.
Hello, my name is Ariff and I will explain about recommend 6, which is configure DHCP server. All the hosts at the branch will have purple server as a DHCP server, and we have two pool, which is purple pool and green pool. Both of these have different subnet mask. For the purple pool, we have 255, 255, 192, and 0 for the subnet mask, and the green pool 245, 255, and 2400 for the subnet mask. And we can see at the P1 it is a DHCP and the subnet mask. For the green, you can see it also is a DHCP with subnet mask 255. For the HQ part, at the blue server, it only has one pool, which is blue pool with subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 224. And at the B1, it also DHCP. For the red one at the server, it also has one pool for the red pool with subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 224. And PC M2, we can see that it is also DHCP. So at the orange server, it is static. For the red server and the blue server, we only use one pool, which is red pool and blue pool as a DHCP server. Thank you, that's all from me. I am Syed. I will explain to you on how to configure web server, DNS server, and mail server. So here is our DNS server, which is the purple server, and here is the orange server, which will act as a web server and mail server. So here, to active the web server function on orange server, we need to make sure the HTTP services is turned on, so that the host can search any URL or IP address on the website. So then here we will configure a DNS at the purple server. So before we configure DNS, the DNS is to make sure that all the hosts in the network has the same DNS server, so that when any host call an IP address or URL, they will successful to access the URL itself. So here I have configured the DNS server. Make sure the DNS server has the same IP address as the IPv4 address for the purple server, because the purple server itself provide the DNS. So here we need to make sure all the hosts have the same DNS server as the IPv4 address on the purple server. We can see at the purple server host, I've set configure the DNS server. The green one also. Here is the host on blue server. DNS server for in the red server. The orange one. Okay. Orange server. Okay. So all of hosts on each server, already have the same DNS server. So we can proceed to set up a DNS services on the purple server. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to set up an URL using the IP address on orange server, which will act as the web server. So here is the IPv4 address here. So we're gonna paste it on the DNS service address. So when we name it as our group 80.utm.edu.my, so basically the name of this the address will act the name will act as the address. So here is the URL. After that, we can test the URL here. Let's say we choose B2. In B2, we're going to open the web browser. Okay, then. Sorry, I forgot to copy this. Okay, then go here, we paste the URL here. Should be, they're going to search successful lah. What if we search it by the IP address itself? 168.80.194. Yes. Yeah, also successful. So you can use either IP address itself or URL. So let me go back to this. So it's successful. So this is me. Okay, go back. This is my team member lah. Okay. So now I will explain to you on how to configure the mail server on the Orange server. So first click on the Orange server, go to services and email. Register any user. For example, we choose B2. B2 B2 1 2 3 click plus, already registered. Okay, then we go to B2. Sorry, go to email. So enter B2 at group80.com. Okay, kami server 192.168.80.194. Outcome also the same. Username B2, what we have insert on the Orange server, and then we go save. This one to configure the email. So let's check again. B2, alright, save. So now we need to compose email lah to anyone. So what do we have is Orange server. Who do we have? Sorry. Let's see, we go to M1. Okay. M1 here. Okay, this one group 80. One group 80. Still, we go test. I to send. So here, it display the message as the mail is sent successfully. Okay. Then we're going to check to M1. Yes. Now click receive. So you can see that the M1 host has already received the B2 email, which is hi. Okay, from here, the B2 also can reply the mail with anything lah. Hello. So send. Let's see to B2. Click B2 and then click receive. We receive the reply from B2. See, from B2. Okay. So that's all. We have configured the web server, DNS server, and the mail server. Thank you.